Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group M10 going to present about past, present and future 3D printing of building and constructions.
With the wide application of 3D printing technology in construction, the construction efficiency will be greatly improved, which will effectively save the manpower, material resources, financial resources, and the other resources of house constructions, and build a green so-called 3D printing technology is a technology that uses light covering and paper laminations to achieve rapid prototyping. It is a 3D printer composed of special printing materials such as metal, ceramics, plastic, sand, which is connected to the computer and turns the blueprint on the computer into a real thing through multi-layer printing. 3D printing buildings are built through 3D printing technology. The working principle of the 3D printed building is that it consists of a giant 3D extraction machine forming a giant 3D printer. Drilling is used on the extraction head of the printer to build the foundations and walls of the house, and ultimately the building as a whole. The construction process of 3D printing building is that the printer, according to the computer design drawing and plans, transport the generated components to the construction site for hoisting and construction. In order to make the printed building more solid, reinforced concrete can also be used for secondary printing, pouring between the walls, so that the structure is integrated. The ink is used in 3D printing building is a technical highlight. Its highlight is the realization of the recycling of construction waste. The construction waste is the process and the separate to form ink, which eventually becomes the raw material of the 3D printer, which effectively carries out the secondary utilizations of construction waste and save the cost of construction's raw material. That's all for me. Thank you.
The first 3D printing of building and construction was invented in the midst of 1980s by Charles Hajar, and it was known as stereolithography or SLA. And in 2004, a USA professor attempted to 3D print a wall, and it was known as the first entry technology in the field of construction. And in 2014, a full canal house was built using 3D printing, and it was completed in Amsterdam. Besides, in 2015, a Dutch 3D printing firm known as MX3D began printing a full-scale steel bridge, and in 2016, a 3D printed mansion was completed in China, and at the same time, Dubai Future Foundation built its office of the future via 3D printing.
Now, I want to explain about 3D printing that have been used nowadays in building and construction, which is 3D concrete printer. The function of 3D concrete printer, also known as 3DCP, is particular concrete mix that specially prepared to flow easily through printing equipment's nozzle. And the foundation of it are like stacking with each layer deposited on top of a previous layer of pump concrete. The ingredient of the mix is water, cement, sand, or stone. 3DCP provides many benefits compared to conventional method, especially considering cost, environmental footprint, and speed. Plus, it is better alternative for creating affordable housing after natural disaster.
Thank you. Now I will explain about future 3D printing in building and construction. Nowadays, we have achieved a lot of achievement in sector of building and construction. Thank you to 3D printing. This is because a lot of unique construction have been achieved through 3D printing. Not only that, some of projects that impossible in the first project have been successfully achieved, such like bridge 3D printing and sand 3D printing. Not only that, from 3D printing, the engineer also can decrease the cost of building. Some of the advantage that we have get from 3D printing compared to traditional construction is we can decrease a lot of cost in sector of material using. From 3D printing, we just depend in sculpture. Meanwhile, from traditional construction, it will depend from how much of the nail, cement and construction.
So how I will proceed with advantage of 3D printing in building and construction. So there are various advantage that I have found in 3D printing, but the three that are my choice are design complexity, time and cost savings, and environmental or economical impact. So first and foremost, we start with design complexity. So 3D printers have the ability to move along three exist plans, which is X, Y, and Z, allowing them to be programmed to create irregular and exotic curves that are difficult and expensive to achieve with traditional shapes or molds. This allows architects to create complex components without incurring additional costs. So second advantage is time and cost savings. Building timetables might be cut in half using 3D printing, and the hard cost of construction could be drastically reduced. A workforce of 18 laborers can create completely functional office building in less than 3 weeks using 3D printing prefabricated structural components such as walls, floor panels, and roof system. So using 3D printing techniques, material and labor expenses can be decreased by up to 80%. So last but not least is environmental or economic impact. So many 3D printing companies such as Binti and WASP use low-cost, environmentally friendly materials made from local construction or clay and straw waste. So it appeals to both sustainable design and poor countries as a means of producing affordable housing. Furthermore, by saving 30 to 60% of the raw resources utilized, 3D printing has the potential to advance countries with high labor costs and environmental regulations. So that's all from me. Thank you.
According to OSHA, more than 500 workers are killed on the job each day because construction will be more programmable and automated. Workers' injuries and fatalities would likely decrease if 3D printing was incorporated onto the job site. So, as a conclusion, 3D printing can be used to create construction components or to print entire buildings. And we can see that the potential of 3D printing is too great to ignore. While the industry may never reach a point where it's used exclusively, it's only a matter of time that the technology will be improved and advanced significantly. And overall, 3D printing is poised to be a viable solution that offers key benefits in cost saving and environmental friendliness for our buildings and construction future. That's all from me. Thank you.